Wow, impromptu going live a minute early. How about that? That is crazy. To the playback, to those catching it now, hit the thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you can catch me when I do these spur of the moment lives. Because this was spur of the moment, not planned. Also, if you haven't done it yet, did I already say it? I might have, but we'll say it again. For two-time solidification. Subscribe to the channel. On that note, we got to talk about something. Francis Ngannou, welcome to boxing. Boxing is nothing like MMA. When you lose, and you lose bad, the fans of boxing are going to say you're not shit. They're going to shit on you all day. In MMA, you can get away with a loss, and people say that you was a great champion, you can come again. But in boxing, you lose bad one time, you're a bum, you don't belong, and you're the worst fighter ever. And that's what Ngannou you're experiencing right now. So just don't even worry about it. Don't even let all these people going online hating, trash you. The fact of the matter is this. You went against a guy in your first professional boxing match who is arguably, people argue, is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time and could compete in any era. And you arguably beat him. Regardless how I feel and who I thought won the fight, there are many people who believe that you beat Tyson Fury. You definitely won the story of the fight. You definitely won the highlights of the fight. So you got a guy who never boxed before on a professional level in his life, and he goes there and he arguably beats the number one guy. Then he comes against another top three heavyweight, I would say ranked number 3, elite, and gets beat badly. The thing about it is this. Styles make fights, okay? With Tyson Fury, you've got a guy who's got heavy hands, but he's not a one-punch knockout artist. He'll accumulate shots on you, or he'll wear you down by laying on top of you. So the thing about this is, everything Fury does, that Emmanuel Stewart, Sugar Hill style of jab, jab, grab, is ineffective against a guy like Francis Ngannou, because you're not going to be able to lay on him. You're not going to be able to tire him out by wrestling with him. So when you're accustomed to fighting that way, and you got a guy who's strong, who's used to wrestling, it's not going to work. So again, arguably, people say he beat him. Me personally, I thought Fury nicked the fight by a point. I thought he nicked it by a point, but it was very competitive. Then he got in there against Anthonyjoshua, who is a one-punch knockout artist, who does have a lot of power. And I said this before, I gave Ngannou a chance. I gave him a shot. I thought it would be a lot more competitive than it was because how good he did against Fury. However, I did bring this up in a live, and I brought this up on other channels. What I always said in the back of my mind was Ngannou gave an interview and said Fury was the hardest puncher he had ever felt. And that gave me room for pause, because Fury is not known as a one-punch devastating boxer. He is known, like I said earlier, from accumulations of shots, or he gets you tired, then he puts you away. Yes, he hits hard, but he's not devastating. He's not up there with the hardest punchers of the heavyweight division. Anthonyjoshua is. So that gave me room for pause. Could Ngannou actually take the shot? We didn't know. We learned he could not, because the first solid shot that landed on him put him on his ass in the first round. I knew in the first round it was the beginning of the end. He couldn't take AJ shots. Truth be told, in the second round, after the second knockdown, the fight could have been waved off because Ngannou was gone. You could tell he was no longer dead. AJ knew it too. That's why he did that slow walk and just hit him after he got up and it was over. So it could have been waved off then, but it wasn't. And we got the spectacular knockout that we got. But again, the point of this is this. Fuck them people hating. Ngannou did something that no other person before him has attempted to do. He went against the number one boxer in boxing with 0 professional fights, with 0 amateur boxing fights. He went in there against a top 3 guy in his second fight with only 1 fight, and it was a loss. So the way that he moved was already all odds against him. It's not like he was going against a Chisora. So again, there is no shame in losing. And there's no shame in the way that he lost, because it was inevitable. We knew him or Joshua was going to get knocked out. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. One of them was going to go. Now, we never got to see Ngannou land cleanly on AJ. I'm going to drop a link so other people can speak on this. We never got to see Ngannou land cleanly on AJ because AJ was prepped and prepared. That one fight that Fury had no preparation for against Ngannou, AJ did. And AJ knew about that sneaky counter left hook because he avoided it, evaded it at all costs. He was looking for it. So Ngannou's best punch, we learned in the Fury fight, was ineffective because he could not use it against AJ because Ben Davison had instilled it in him to evade it, to look for it, and get out of the way of it. At all times, he had that hand held high, looking for it, ready to slip it, ready to go under it, throw an overhand over the top of it. So he was prepared for it, which was something that Fury did not have the luxury to do. So again, where does Francis Ngannou stand in heavyweight boxing? I don't know. Is he a top 10 fighter? Arguably, no, and arguably, yes. It all depends on how you saw the Tyson Fury fight. If you truly feel like he beat Fury, then he has to be a top 10 fighter, even losing to AJ. If you believe he lost to Fury in a close fight and lost to AJ, then he's not a top 10 fighter. But where does he fit? Do I think Ngannou could be successful against guys in the top 30? Yeah, I do. The only downside to Ngannou is really his age. He doesn't have a lot of time to grow. And I don't know where he goes. Should he go back to boxing? Yes. Should he go back to MMA, the PFL? I would say no. Why go back to a sport where on your best you're going to get $1 million for a fight, when in boxing on your shittiest payday you're going to get $1 million a fight with the type of name you have? So again, I don't see the point at 38, going on 39 years old, of going back to MMA. Just keep making money. And who knows, if you fight a Chisora who would fight you, or like a Gerald Miller who would fight you, who didn't look great, all it takes in boxing is one win and you're back in the mix. But I think if Ngannou is going to return, he needs to be looking at the Heleniuses, the Chisoras, guys that are fringe outside of the 10 that can be knocked out. Well, Chisora, I don't know if he'll be knocked out or not, but they can be beat. That's what he needs to be looking at, somebody he can hone his skills with. But the hate, in my opinion, is unjust, undue, should not be happening. He dared to be great, crossed over. That's something AJ won't do. That's something Fury won't do. Neither one of them two will get in the octagon with him. So you got to give credit where credit is due. He wanted to box. He dipped his toes in it. And in the second fight, he found out he wasn't ready. He just wasn't ready for the top. It happens. AJ, how do you feel about it?
What up, Tony?
Not much. How about you?
All right. Before I get started, I just want to do a you mind if I do a 10 count for Mr. Carl Weathers?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, cool. R.I.P. Carl. Or should I say Apollo Creed? Well, I just want to start off by saying that I don't understand if Ngannou was getting hate. I don't really understand why. I mean, he made his choice. He knew what he was getting into, and most people, most boxing fans, hardcores, knew how this fight was going to go. I did myself. I mean, I picked. I don't know if you knew my prediction, Tony, but I picked Joshua to stop him. Ngannou. I figured it happened mid to late. I figured, AJ would try to work his way into the fight a little bit, warm up, try to figure out Ngannou and take him out, but it didn't even take him that long. So, so shout outs to him there. But I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, Francis. I mean, he dared to be great. He got in there with two of the top 3 heavyweights, and and put on a good showing in the first fight. I thought he beat Fury the first time, low key, because I scored it myself, and I had it the same as one of the judges had it, who scored it to Ngannou. I had Ngannou winning by a point. The knockdown was the tiebreaker for me. But then in the second time, I mean, then when he gets in there with Joshua, he fucked around and he found out. So, like you said, welcome to boxing, bro.
And that's the thing about it. The $1 million question was always, could he actually take a punch?
See, the thing is, like, about that, like, I mean, we hear this several times. It's like, all right, we know he's durable in the cage in MMA, right? But that's with guys who are like, wearing 4-ounce gloves or whatever have you. Like, it's different when you're wearing boxing gloves like 12 or 16 ounces. You know what I mean? The punches are a lot harder. You know what I'm saying? And when you get in there with a guy who hits like a truck like AJ, well, we found out what was going to happen. I mean, what we knew. I mean, we knew it was going to happen. We saw it happen. So, like, because Ariel Hawani's post fight reaction after was priceless. He said he was in shock. Well, yeah, because you're a casual, bro. You don't know boxing.
Well, here's the thing about it. Here's the thing about it. You put any boxer in 4-ounce gloves, and they're going to hit way harder than they do in the 10-ounce gloves of the heavyweight division. However, this is what I've come to realize from seeing McGregor against Mayweather, where he couldn't even hurt Mayweather, and Mayweather toyed with him. And when Mayweather put it on him, it was really beating him apart. And Mayweather's not known for hard shots, and he was destroying Conor the minute he actually let his hands go. Jake Paul knocking out the legends, and now Ngannou getting in there with AJ. They don't know how to take a punch from a professional boxer, and it's not just the power aspect; it's the power mixed with the precision.
Yeah,
they're used to taking shots that aren't very accurate, that aren't pinpoint, that aren't going to hit you, where it's really going to hurt you the most. They're fighting guys who don't know how to throw punches. If they hit hard, they hit hard for the average Joe, but they don't hit hard, especially for a heavyweight, on the elite level. They don't know how to place their shots.
Yeah, because sorry to cut you off, sorry to interject, but like,
no, you're good.
Because you get it like with Joshua, Jake Paul, everybody you mentioned, like these guys have had years of training. You know what I mean? Of practice on how to throw the punches, punch placement, just the technique, everything like that. Especially Joshua, who's very, very accurate with his power shots. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not used to taking shots from guys like that, so that comes into play. Like in terms of MMA guys, oh, he's a good striker, okay, but it's not the same still as like a trained professional boxer who's a former world champion who's had a lot of experience, doing this. Right. Even though Jake is not, he's still a novice. He's been doing this a long time now. I mean, when did he start boxing? With like 2017, 18, something like that?
Probably.
Yeah, so that's like what, 5, 6 years he's been doing this?
Probably like 6 years. Probably 6 years.
And he's had sparring sessions with former world champions like Jorge Linares, or like he's been to all these big gyms. So he's had he's had great tutelage in what he's doing.
Yeah, so like he has unlimited resources, and when
exactly you have, like but with all that money he's got, like his pit of money, it's like, bro, of course he's got he's got access to knowing how to do this shit. The people who are going to teach him,
right?
So, but it's just that I wish the guy he'd step up. I mean, I know he beat a recent. He did he's fighting boxers now, but I'm not tripping. It is what it is.
He beat 2 former Golden Gloves champions. Now they weren't active, but still, they were. You got to understand, Jake is doing what Jake should have done when he first came to boxing, because the people he's fighting now are the types of fighters that boxers fight. Even your Shakur Stevensons, your Devin Haney's. If you look on their beginning records, they're fighting guys.
Oh, they're fighting guys of the same caliber. I know.
Yeah. So Jake is taking the type of fights that he needs to take now to build his experience. I think he does need to step it up a little bit because he's so much better than these dudes, especially his last fight. Like, that's the best he looked, because he was throwing feints, he was going to the body, punches were staying real.
But that's he had, let me see, because he's had he stepped up at his last, when he first got him, they were entered in the first round, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I thought his last one did too. So yeah.
No. The last one ended in the second round.
Oh, okay. Got it. I thought that was in the first. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I don't know. You might be right. Hold on. Let's check it out. I thought it was second round, but
I'll do the same. Let me take a look.
I'm about to hop on.
He knocked out the last, not this guy, but the last one he fought with uppercut.
No, you're right. First round, both of them.
Okay. Got it. That's what I figured. But yeah,
truth be told, I'm gonna be honest. Boxing fans may not like to hear this, but he beat Tommy Fury. He was robbed.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
He was robbed in that fight.
I mean, like, he even dropped Tommy with a jab.
He did. But that's the thing about it, and that's why I know he's going to be Mike Tyson. It's going to break my heart. because
Uh,
there's no man pushing 60 that's going to be the guy who trains like Jake does. He's too old. He's not. It's not even about what Tyson can dish. It's about what he can take at that age. And when he gets hit,
yeah.
he is going. I'm hoping he doesn't get seriously hurt because he is going to get hit and his body's not going to be able to take it.
No, it's not. I mean, I don't even know why this fight's happening.
I don't even know how it's sanctioned.
I mean, like the Holyfield versus Belfort fight. That was sick. That was awful. Tony, I'm not even kidding. After that was over, I almost cried. I mean, like that was terrible to watch.
I don't even see how Holyfield got sanctioned. I mean, I don't, because he moved so slow. It was like he was stuck in slow-mo.
They're like the way Belfort bragged after he won. It's like, bro, you kidding? You know what I mean? Like, are you serious, my guy? That's what I seriously wanted something to happen. Like, somebody needs to get this guy, like for real.
Boy, he did it one time on a one-off and left it immediately because he knows if he gets in there with an AJ or anybody like that, he'd end up worse than Ngannou.
Oh, come on now, hands down, 100%.
Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Y'all chop it up.
What up, Charles?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? You see the Ngannou Joshua situation?
Yeah, that fight was. AJ did what he was supposed to do. That was a good fight.
Of course. Yeah. He did his thing. He
took it serious. Like, unlike with
Fury.
Yeah, Fury said some dumb shit, and then AJ was like, "Yeah, we watched him when he was in the cage, and then we watched him when he was against Fury, so we picked up on certain tendencies." And then the funny thing was, in the first round, Ngannou switched southpaw, which Fury
big mistake.
He allowed him to do that.
Yep.
And then dropped him with just a light right punch, a right straight down the pipe. Boom.
I mean, like at first, like it just came as a shot. It's like I had to see the replay because it just came. I kind of dropped my attention for a split. Then I know popped, then down he went. It's like, oh shit, what the hell was that?
Yeah, he switched southpaw. He switched up and lined himself up to get hit.
Yep, exactly.
But then AJ saw that shit in the second round and cleaned him right the fuck up.
Well, the thing about it is Ngannou wasn't prepared for the feints or the straight punches. He was not. See, with Fury is kind of like he throws weird angle punches, looping punches. Not a lot of pure straight down the pipe work with Fury. You know what I mean? Because he's always
Fury starts off slow. AJ looked like he got straight to the business with him.
He did.
I mean, like literally after the second knockdown in the second round, bro, fellas, I was literally begging, pleading with Francis to stay down and not get up because I knew AJ was about to just sleep his ass if he did. But he got up. And down,
when he got cute in the first round and he did that switch to southpaw, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Tap, boom. I was like, okay, balance shot. Yeah. Second round, here we go. Boom, got him. I was like, oh, he's gonna finish him.
Who saw the look on Fury's face after the
I didn't see it. I heard people talking about
I saw his face when he was sitting in the stands.
Tony, he looked like he saw a ghost. I'm not even kidding.
My thing is this. Everybody's talking about now because AJ beat Ngannou that he's the best heavyweight. And I'm thinking to myself, how can he be better than the guy who beat him twice in Usyk? Like, how does beating Ngannou catapult you to number one, the elite of the elites, when one of the guys with 3 of the 4 titles, your belts are still boxing, and he beat you twice? So I don't understand how people put him over him. And then people are saying Fury's done, but yet we haven't seen what Fury's going to do against Usyk because all this shit could change if Fury goes in there and knocks out Usyk. Then nobody's going to believe AJ could beat him.
Very true.
And another thing
I'm not going that far myself. I mean, I'm not doing all that. I mean, it's like AJ's riding high right now, and it was cool. I mean, I enjoyed the fight. It was what it was. But I'm not getting carried away like that either. Not the shit.
But did you see Fury right now? This is like the slimmest I've ever seen this motherfucker.
Yeah, he is.
Getting ready for fucking.
Starting to put on, he's starting to put on muscle too. He's starting to look like me. He's starting to get chiseled out.
Like, I looked at him. I was like, damn, he ain't got the fupa. He ain't got the. It's like, yo, this motherfucker look like he taking it serious.
He is. You know what? I'm
gonna
be honest with you, Charles. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 100. I think there's two Furies. I think there's a doppelganger, and then there's a real Fury. And I think for the shitty fights, the fake Fury comes out and fights, and then the real Fury for the real fight shows up. I really believe he has a stand-in Fury because the way his body transforms for the big fights,
It's crazy.
It don't even look like the same person.
No, it don't. Because if and I don't know if y'all have seen the recent footage of him training for Usyk right now. This motherfucker is what is he like? What is he? And Tony, you saw the video, right?
Yeah,
What is he like?
yeah.
What is he like? 240, 250, 260? Like
I think he's about
he's slim.
Damn,
yeah,
he's down that much.
He's about 260 right now.
Yo, he is slim.
Yeah, I think he's 260. I think he's dropped down to about 260.
He's not fat. I fought Wilder Fury. This is like slim. I fought Klitschko Fury.
Right. Yes, I agree.
Mm.
He said AJ was dominant in the Wallen fight, though. But you got to understand, in my opinion, the Wallen fight with Fury is highly, highly over-exaggerated. Because if you take the cutaway, Otto Wallin didn't do much to Fury at all. I thought he lost damn near every round in that fight. Outside of the cut, what else did he really do? What's going on, Teach? What's going on, RGM? Adam?
Hey, Red Glove, my nigga, what's good?
Oh, I'm about to end the stream already. It was very short.
Did you you heard the undercard that's on the Usyk Fury joint?
No.
Breedis and Apatea, they gonna do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew about that.
Yeah.
We don't need to see that again, man. We don't need to see that. We know who's gonna win that fight.
Hey, man, Taylor two has, man.
I think Jai gonna stop him this time.
I agree. I agree.
Don't ever forget.
We haven't seen
Breedis.
We haven't seen Breedis in what, 2 years? 2 years?
Yes, he ain't fought since the last open time fight. Yeah,
about 2 years.
2 years, going on 2 years.
Yeah, he's the only person that gave Obetaya
any type of challenge,
some resistance.
Yeah, but the problem is that the man is what is he? 30, 37?
Going on 39 here.
30 is it 39? Yeah, what I'm saying.
Turning 39 here.
But Breedis is he ain't got high mileage on him though.
But at the same time, even without high mileage, you going up against somebody who got better footwork, better jab. Only thing that Breedis really got, in my opinion, is better power. And I don't even know that to be a fact anymore from the way Opalaya would put hands on that man. So I see
he had 2 years off. That means he had 2 years to look at some tape and try to figure that shit out.
Man,
I'll be honest with you.
He ain't talented enough. Respectfully.
I have Breedis winning that fight.
I gave Breedis the second half of the fight. I gave Obetaya the first.
And then you got to understand, he broke his jaw in that fight too.
And he still continued that fight.
He did. He's tough. But Breedis did a lot of damage to him. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I don't like the 2 years ring rust that Breedis is going to lose. Here's what I'm going to do. I am going to let all three of y'all say y'all's last piece because I just got a phone call. I got to go.
All right.
So the live's cut short, unfortunately. Sorry to all those watching on the playback. But I'm going to let y'all say y'all's last piece one by one, and then I'm going to end the stream.
All right, I'll go first. Hey, look, that's a solid undercard on that fight.
Hey, shout out to Charles, man. Shout out to you, my brother.
And I look forward to it.
For sure. All right. Yeah, solid undercard. Enjoyed the card. The francisngannou card. Thanks for having me on, Tony. Y'all take care. Catch y'all next time.
Good damn. Same thing, man. Tony, man, keep doing your thing. I appreciate you having me on. Shout out to AJ, man. Shout out to him for putting or gaining respect for the sport of boxing. Shout out to him for doing that. And same thing, man. Tony, keep doing your thing. I apologize for being late, but anytime I get a chance to rock with you, know I'm going to.